I just want to say that scratch, and this creates a constant cycle of starting over, and also abandoning and wasting a lot of the limited resources that we have, financial, human resources, and the like. There ought to be and that ties into everything that I've been said earlier. There ought to be a policy design that prevents the administration, irrespective of who the administration is, to first review and to make a proper review of an existing project, a project that have been implemented, thousands of millions of dollars have been spent, thousands of man hours have been invested into it, that you would simply decide to scrap this project and allow it to go derelict and start something from scratch. So I think, moving forward, this is something that ought to, really, it's very, very important to ask.
I'm guided by you, so my comments would just be related to what was just being discussed, and then thereafter we continue with the structure that we have for today. I'm very happy about the recognition that a big part of what we're doing must be anchored in the youth of the country, so that it can really become mainstream in a few decades or two to come. The issue of volunteerism, why it has failed again because it's not been institutionalized. For example, a lot of groups are left to their own. They don't even have a place to meet. So these structures, they don't have stronger state intervention in terms of ensuring the outcomes. So it's like a sort of left to chance who is at the helm, succession. All those things that organizations need to help them thrive in the modern day, these things are not well provided for. Perhaps you have community officers in the Ministry of Social Youth and Social Youth Affairs, but volunteer groups, for example, cadets, scouts, guides, and all the Red Cross and all the other groups, they are not well, especially the uniform groups. There are other volunteer groups, of course, not only uniform groups, but we do not have, that sort of strong link between these groups and the government in terms of the ministries to ensure things like succession, resourcing, space to accounts, meeting places. These things we take them for granted, and we wonder why they are where they are. Also, I want to say I have made the point in several places about national service. Especially, that experience came to me as a young boy when Hurricane Allen hit Saint Lucia, and I was a cadet at the time. And I worked with the Venezuelan army, which was deployed here in short order, and we worked at VG Airport, putting food in bags and going on trucks and distribute it all around the island. And I thought, well, look, we're proud to do that, go around, and from there the whole idea of, being a citizen that's interested in your country, resonated with me. And I have been making this point all the time. People grow up here without any sort of notion that they have any civic responsibility. When I was at school in England, a lot of the guys who were at my class, some from Greece and other countries, when they finish, all of us say, what are you doing when you leave? A lot of people say they have to go and serve. They have to go and do 2 years in the national military. We don't have this kind of thing. People just do what they want. They just grow up like grass. And we wonder why we have the outcomes, because we do not institutionalize sort of the give back. We grow up, but we're growing up because others make sacrifices for us. So that sort of the sort of intergenerational sort of responsibility has to be institutionalized. And I go to Douglas North on this, which makes the point that it's institutions that matter. So if we could we hit Kudme and all those things, volunteerism, we need to institutionalize it, right, with national service, north and south, especially hurricane disaster response. 1,500 people should be able to be deployed from the north and the south that are organized and to do this. So I am saying, let us institutionalize volunteerism and get people a sense of civic responsibility, and that will change how people see their relevance. People like to be part of something bigger than themselves, and they feel a sense of worth in the society. Thank you.